Hi, it's Mike Myers with Revenue Performance Group with another edition of Selling in Two. Today we are going to wrap up our three-part series on objection handling. On part one, we talked about mindset and the role mindset has in our ability to be successful in overcoming and deal with objections. In part two, we looked at a concept called reversing, answering a question with a question. In part three, we're going to talk about a concept called negative reversing. Now, negative reversing by definition is acting the opposite to what they expect. It's not being negative, it's acting the opposite. Now, let's look at the context of objections we talked about in our last video. The first objection, the prospect could say, hey, you're too expensive for us. The reverse would be, glad you brought that up. When you say too expensive, you could give me more information, a reverse. A negative reverse would be something like when they say, hey, you are too expensive for us, it would be something like, hey, sounds like you made up your decision and there's nothing I could say or do to have you want to even consider our solution. A negative reverse. Now, one more objection to think about when the prospect could say something like, others make the same claim, how are you different? Now, the reverse would be, hey, I'm glad you brought that up. When you say make the same claims, can you help me understand more what that means? What are those claims? The negative reverse would be something like, hey, sounds like you've already looked at other solutions and we'd have to do a really good job differentiating us from the competition in order for us to move forward. Does that sound fair? So that's the negative reverse. Now, in all those cases, those aren't silver bullets. They help us increase our probability of success of dealing with overcoming that specific objection because we have more information. A negative reverse will increase our probability to get them to tell us the truth. Hope you've enjoyed this series. Remember, Revenue Performance Group, we help to improve the performance of your revenue engine. Great selling.